Oh, okay. Music. That was what we had from yesterday, wasn't it? Think that was about what we had in terms of volume. That's not what I wanted. Technically it was, but not yet. Make sure that Oh, okay, so line of action is not showing up. Why is line of action not showing up? That's weird. Hey, Rev. Just trying to work out why it's decided to stop showing why. Nope, nope, that's the wrong window. That's definitely the wrong window. For some reason, there we go. I mean, why it's only showing it like really small, I don't know. And let me just double check to make sure that's going to actually. Oh yeah, it's because I shrank it down a little bit. There we go. I too would try and find somewhere safe from the Bunui, because the Bunui is going to get you, and it's going to nibble. I have activated the Bunui. Beware of the Bunui. Hey, there we go. I was going to say, why was it not working? Because I'm on the watercolor brush, that's why. Would explain a lot. And please tell me that these are not all going to be squirrels. Bunui! And in between these, I'm desperately trying to get Twitch chat up on my tablet because I forget that I'm using the other screen for the animals, so I can see the pictures. So we're going to have a bit of a rib cage and a bit of a guinea pigs are just like weird fluffy snakes with tails, aren't they? Yeah, please go to my channel and give me my chat. Sonic the Hedge Pig. I wouldn't even begin to guess where the rib cage and the pelvis is on one of these things. As far as I'm concerned, it's just a ball of spikiness. Hi Cossack, welcome in. I really need to work on the setup I have for this whole arty stuff. I have some big fluffy ears and big butt. Why do squirrels always look so evil in these images? This one just looks like it's plotting something. We've got a rib cage bit, we'll have a pelvisy bit. We've got the big fluffy butt. Seriously, Twitch, do you not want to show my chat on my tablet? People have spoken since I turned that on. It does not like me today. Another hedgehog. We've got a the thing, they're so just full of fluff that it's hard to tell where the bones would be in one of these things. I'm assuming it's a really small, thin rib cage and pelvis, and then the rest of it is just fluff, to be honest. And it's one of those ones that's deceptively thin in terms of skeleton. Obviously sort of a nosy bit going up. But yeah, I really don't know how the sort of the spine bit would work in these. At least with, say, a cat, you can kind of see the curve and, you know, okay, there's going to be a pelvis and a, you know, it's going to be sort of like, you know, like that. It makes sense. But when it's things, and like this, you know, we can see there's a head, the spine's going to go down, it's going to go up, there's going to be a rib cage, there's going to be a pelvis, and there's going to be some massive fucking legs. That makes sense. But hedgehogs they're just like an entire ball of crap around it that so you can't see the skeleton underneath it. Yeah, that's what I think. It's one of those ones that we're just looking at it. If you looked at the skeleton, you'd get it completely wrong if you were trying to draw it. It's one of the classic sort of paleo art quandaries of the where the fuck does the flesh go on this? And of course we have another evil looking squirrel who looks like he's on a mission to go and cause some mischief. I really was hoping for more Benoys than squirrels, but you know, what can you do? We have a spine that sort of does that. We'd have the rib cage that sits sort of nicely here. We'd have a pelvis that sort of sits nicely around here. Now that is a Benui. The rib cage, do some more there. We'd have a little pelvis that goes in and around. Little footsie. And another tiny little footsie. Yeah, head's way too big for that, but... Oh my god, this is one of the 5-minute ones. I thought this was the last of the 1 minute, so I sped through it. In that case, I'm going to restart that one. Oh my god, I have drawn that one before. This one before. I know it because I put it into a version of the creation of Adam. Because that seems to be the only classical art piece I know where people stretch out for things. So we had the head. Yeah, kind of ends about here, goes up. Big old eyeball. I'm sure just all sheep are shouting at me in Telegram. The eye placement on these things really makes a lot of difference. Because they can look really, really scary. Or they can look really nice and innocent. He wouldn't realise I'm streaming because for some reason the auto thing in his Discord doesn't work. It works for everyone else, but it doesn't show that I'm streaming. The sheeper doesn't love me. Yeah, fur is one thing that I have not even considered trying to learn how to render properly. Especially when it comes to doing it in black and white. Or in this case, grey and white. It's been one of those, especially when it's like this, because it's going to be more... It's going to be less about drawing and more about doing the painty, illustraty bits. Because at the moment, I'm just literally drawing outlines. Because it's trying to like work out the figures, work out the structure inside and all of that. Whereas, to do the proper rendering of this fur, it's going to be colours. Even if it was like monochrome, and I just had like another layer, I'd have to sort of start with the dark one, slowly work up, and I've not even attempted that yet. And I am not drawing Adam the Squirrel again. And as cute as you are, there's not enough there for a 5-minute piece. No, 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 I didn't want to click that. I wanted to... No, damn it. So I had one more 5-minute one to do, and then a 10-minute. Give me something that's worth 5 minutes of time. Another Bunui is always good for 5 minutes. A nice curvy back. At the pelvis, we'd have rib cage. I just realised I'm drawing on the wrong layer, but that's fine because it means I can use that as construction. And then we have head pointing. Although even that I think is a bit too. Oh, and I drew that on the wrong layer as well. Got it. Paste it. We're gonna... Why are you not drawing? That's why. This is where the big fat bunny tail would be if it wasn't sitting on it. Chunky little leg here. Ears look to be about the same length as the head. Which this is not because it's too long. Looks like that. Part of the nose being covered up by its cute little hands. We've got the footsie coming around. And then we had the 10-minute one. Which I'm going to do something other than rodent, to be honest, because I've... let's do... Let's do a 10-minute monkey. And that is just some beautiful pictures of monkeys. Oh, give me a nice monkey. Technically, not really a monkey, but... Well, kind of is, but... Lemurs are one of them weird ones. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna... Since I actually have the layer already... Then we'd have the spine going up. Have our pelvis, we'd have our rib cage. Ears kind of sticking out to the side a bit. That's too big of an ear. Or was it? No, that might actually have been fine. Just the head looks a bit too pine weasel, yeah, pine martiny to me. Arm coming out there, so it's like that. The big arching back. Fairly sort of fluffy. Yeah, proportions definitely just seem off. I think the problem is the whole thing is too long. Is it? Yeah, I think that was my issue, is that I just made it too long. Which is one of the worst habits I have. Just never been able to estimate the length of some of these things as best as I can. And the rest of the tail's hidden. I'm not going to draw over the Benui. So where this sort of crease of the belly is, that's where the other back leg is coming down. But then just because monkeys like to be irritating, it's got its other leg crossed over. So it's got, I think, back foot's coming out like this. And then this is coming out to the side. That's just a really, really awkward angle. Thank you, Lima, for giving me that angle to try and figure out in my head. And it's got its again, the biggest difficulty I have is proportions. Yeah, if I didn't have a picture of a monkey of a lemur in front of me, I'd assume I'd drawn a really bad raccoon. Yeah, not quite as good as I got out of it yesterday near the end with that tortoise. I suppose tortoises have got more sort of solid lines to work with. so than most of the reptiles that we saw. So there's more ways to actually put definition on there on a tortoise because of the scales and everything, compared to, you know, a lemur that's mostly fluff. But that'll do. At least art-wise. So let's swap over the scenes. The music stop. Game scene begin. Let's see, need to swap the game over to the right one. And that is Ant. And then I need to go in and edit stream. Empires of the Undergrowth. Game has been captured correctly. Waiting for the ads to finish. Waiting, waiting, waiting. And the ads have finished. Yes, thank you. Right, so last time we successfully did the Rising Tide one. And then we almost finished Queen of the Hill. Almost. It was that sort of final push that sort of messed us up. Yeah, that final one where it was a case of everyone is now attacking you.
A number of small Formica, Rufa, and Fusca colonies have established themselves on this beach. Those nearest to the water's edge have enjoyed the first pick of the washed-up seafood for the past few days. However, as the sun and moon near alignment and the first spring tide of the month approaches, high tide draws nearer to these intrepid ants. Seemingly aware of their circumstances, these colonies are preparing to relocate to higher ground. There is only one way up the bank, and the route is currently occupied by a small roofer colony. These defenders will have to hold their ground against the oncoming siege. It will be 3 days before the high tide washes away the competition. If the colony survives, it will inherit the beach. But this won't be an easy fight.
Indeed, it will not be an easy fight. I did find out the secret to playing one of the early ones on Insane, which was
although the
just
nests
don't
nearer the
attack the
water have better
spiders.
access to the food washed up by the sea, this roofer colony need not starve. The plant life growing nearby is home to herds of grey aphids. As they feed on plant sap, these tiny insects excrete droplets of honeydew, which the wood ants find irresistible. They need only protect the aphids from danger to receive a constant supply of sugary liquid. Doing so is not always simple, however. Hungry ladybird beetles know exactly where the aphids like to graze. They can strip an unguarded stem bare in a mere matter of minutes. The ants will need to keep a close watch over their flock.
Because we can pre-tunnel out some of the areas we're going to want. Some more workers down.
This colony must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support greater numbers.
Oh, so that's 2 chambers for the melees, 2 chambers for the ranged, and then 2 chambers for the workers. So I think we're okay for now. Forget how I did the rush last time. So that's 2 lots of 10 workers.
A party of Formica fusca black ants are heading inland. The high ground roofer colony must defend their territory. The battle has begun.
Doesn't seem to be going as well as I remember it going last time. I didn't accidentally pick Insane. And I do feel like we've already lost quite a lot of our aphids.
The roofer colony on the low ground are sending troops to clear a path for their queen. The high ground colony must keep them at bay. Oh, thank you for the follow, Skinwalker. A phrase I never expected to say on the channel. The lower ground colonies have relented their siege for now. Night approaches, and with it, it brings a host of nocturnal predators out onto the beach. The high ground ants could go underground to wait out the night, but they would have to leave their precious aphids unguarded. It is a difficult choice for this colony. Face the peril out in the open, or hide away and risk losing their only reliable source of food.
Essentially set these ones up to just guard, leave the food alone, let the workers cope with the food. I mean, workers can also help murder stuff, but at the same time. Yeah, we are losing a massive amount of the aphids at this point. Let's upgrade food
The workers
so we
have
can
done
get
all
more
they
in.
can to improve these food stores.
Another couple of melee ones down. Another couple of mortars. Yeah, the more mortars we've got as well, the more food we'll be able to get. The more food we can get, the more mortars, and the more mortars, and rinse and repeat the cycle. Ooh, was that that's a big one we just got rid of. Yeah, that's actually going to give us 100. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a lot of them. We have not protected them well. Yeah, this might be another one where we have to give up, try and get on hard, and just do on easy to no, not easy on medium just to get through it. But I don't want to be stuck on the wood ants forever. I want to get through the next Formicarium challenge, and I want to get to the leaf cutters and have a bit of fun. Unfortunately, with this being on hard and us not having the best start, we're having trouble keeping hold of our aphids, and we're literally on day 1. So, not a great start, really. Yeah, we're just not getting any food at the moment because they're... Hey, Sentai, welcome in. We're playing Ants. And we're horribly failing.
Dawn breaks, and the battle for the high ground will soon continue. Many aphids were eaten in the night. The high ground colony must ration their food.
Yeah, I'm not happy with that, so I'm just going to restart. Before we get too far in, I'm just restarting it. Oh, no, I didn't want to go all the way out. Jeez. Yeah, there was one, like... There was a Sim Ant years and years ago. But never actually managed to get hold of a copy. Shame, really. That would have been fun. No, I do want to keep the mortars because they're going to be useful.
A number of small Formica rufa and Fusca colonies have established themselves on this beach. Those nearest to the water's edge have enjoyed the first pick of the washed-up seafood for the past few days. However, as the sun and moon near alignment and the first spring tide of the month approaches, high tide draws nearer to these intrepid ants.
I imagine that would have been just as awkward as trying to play RTS games on the PlayStation.
Higher ground. There is only one way up the bank, and the route is currently occupied by a small rufa colony. These defenders will have to hold their ground against the oncoming siege. It will be 3 days before the high tide washes away the competition. If the colony survives, it will inherit the beach. But this won't be an easy fight.
It'll be easier on this mode. Yeah, I know they went through a sort of spree of weird sim games on the PC. So in the late 80s, early 90s. Because I still have my copy of Sim Life, which was the weirdest thing ever, because when animals evolved, they just changed body parts, and so you could have a rhinoceros with the dragonfly's head for some reason. And I mean, I suppose for, ideas of what to draw as combinations, it would be interesting to try looking back at it. But yeah, I don't think it would work as well as I would hope. It's an old game. Let's get our workers working. I'm going to set up.
Although the nests nearer the water have better access to the food
ones.
washed up by the sea, this roofer colony need not starve. The plant life growing nearby is home to herds of grey aphids. As they feed on plant sap, these tiny insects excrete droplets of honeydew, which the wood ants find irresistible. They
That
need
is
only
true.
protect the aphids from danger to receive a constant supply of sugary liquid. Doing so is not always simple, however. Hungry ladybird beetles know exactly where the aphids like to graze. They can strip an unguarded stem bare in a mere matter of minutes. The ants will need to keep a close watch over their flock.
I mean, I would have liked more, like, proper sim games, to be honest. Let's rework these. The 3x3 would be that. I think that should be enough workers for now. At least until we've got a little bit of defense going. See, those kind of games I really would have liked. I mean, I know that I picked up one recently called, I think it's called Ecosystem. I've not played it yet. I picked it up because it looked like the kind of interesting thing for like a really sort of chill game. For like a stream when like it's just late at night and there's no thoughts. Brain has disappeared for the night. And we can just
The
like
workers have done all they
witness
can to
weirdness
improve these
occur.
food stores.
And I think it's made by someone that the dev of this game knows, or at least is like friends with in terms of company. Because I think I've seen it advertised on the front page of this game, saying, "Hey, why not go and have a look at our friends' games?" And Ecosystem was one of them, I think. And it's essentially just an underwater ecosystem that I think you set variables for and see what happens. So it's less of a game and more of just a relaxing, let's sit and watch what weirdness occurs sort of thing. Which is right up my alley. I do like my my speculative evolution stuff. the bookcase of weird books next to me, like Unnatural Selection and Man After Man and all of that. I'll attest to that.
A party of Formica Fusca black ants are heading inland. The high ground roofer colony must defend their territory.
Oh, you just attack those workers. Oh, seriously, come on. Luckily, we got plenty of food. Move them back up. Going to move these ones up here for now, because I know that that means that the next lot are going to try it soon.
The roofer colony on the low ground are sending troops to clear a path for their queen. The high ground colony must keep them at bay.
Oh, come on, that's just cruel. Okay, now we can go back. All tomorrows. I think I have that. Oh, did not mean to knock that book. The extension lead over. Yeah, I do have that one, I think. I got Expedition as well as a fun one, which is Alien. It's the one that the Alien Planet documentary was based on. Wait, is it all tomorrow's that I've got, or all yesterday's? I forget.
The lower ground colonies have relented their siege for now. Night approaches, and with it, it brings a host of nocturnal predators out onto the beach. The high ground ants could go underground to wait out the night, but they would have to leave their precious aphids unguarded. It is a difficult choice for this colony. Face the peril out in the open, or hide away and risk losing their only reliable source of food. The battle has begun.
You see, that one I'm not so much of a fan on because that's just more of a story than anything. I want it for the art stuff. I mean, that is one of the reasons why I actually want to get better at drawing, is to be able to do my own speculative evolution stuff. Because I just find the whole idea fascinating. It was what my my dissertation at university was going to be before I ended up completely flunking out and quitting. Because I was going to use I didn't realise what speculative evolution was at the time. I thought I was being really smart and was just saying using evolution. Yeah, I know. I've got I think that's kind of where All Tomorrows goes as well, doesn't it? It has the it follows the whole Morlock and whatever the other ones. I forget what the other ones are called. You know, one set goes smart, one set goes caveman. But let's face it, we've seen what humanity's like. The one that attack more would have just murdered the other ones. The smart ones would never have got to be that smart because the other ones would have just eaten them. Just beaten them all up killed them, and it would have made no difference. Which is a bit of a shame, really, because I would like that, but the problem is I'm not a big fan of mecha anime. Which I know is blasphemy to you. But I think I've only ever seen 2 mecha anime. That being Gurren Lagann, because who hasn't seen Gurren Lagann? Whoever hasn't needs to just be forced to watch it Clockwork Orange style. And the other one was Full Metal Panic.
The ants must fight.
And technically also saw Full Metal Panic for Mofu as well, but that was less of a mecha anime and more of a city romance based around a mecha anime. But yeah, it's the design bit that I like. I mean, it's the only thing that I can give the Avatar films credit for is that they actually hired someone to create creatures that were not real creatures for the planets and try and make an ecosystem. I could give him credit for that. But for the films themselves, boring. I think that there is also a little bit with I think Star Wars has got a little bit of the speculative evolution stuff in terms of its animals, but then they royally fuck up and make all the aliens look very human.
The battle has begun.
Which kind of defeats the point of them being alien.
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
I think it's from the same people that did Steins Gate. Was it Robotics Notes or something, or Robotic Notes? That was kind of not really, but kind of mecha anime in the fact that there was a mech in there. It just wasn't a good one, and it ended up being all about AI instead. Because I have tried a few others. I mean, there was one. Oh God, I can't remember what the hell it was called.
And the battle for the high ground will soon
It's a
continue.
relatively recent one.
Many aphids were eaten in the night.
Where
the high ground colony must ration their food carefully.
Yeah, I mean, Robotics Notes. It was entertaining enough whilst I was watching it, but it wasn't Steins Gate and it wasn't Occultic 9. Because Occultic 9 scratched my paranormal itch. And yeah, there's a bit of a mystery about what the fuck was going on through the whole thing. And it was entertaining enough. But Robotics 9 was like, I'll carry on watching it. I watched it to the end, but I remember very little apart from I think there was an AI sort of girl in it that you could only see through an artificial reality pad or something. I don't remember. That's about all I remember. and they kind of did their
The
robotics
Fusca
things
colony
in
is
a
sending a wave of warriors to clear a path for their queen.
in like a aircraft hangar. That's about all I know. All I remember of it. I'm not even touching Evangelion. I know the memes about Evangelion. I'm never going to understand that. I don't think the person that made it understands what the hell they were writing with Evangelion. I mean, as soon as I heard that, you know, people spent years trying to work out, you know, what the significance of the angels exploding into crosses was, and they were trying to work out the lore about it and all this, and then the guy just said, "Oh no, I just thought it looked cool."
The Rufa colony is sending another assault. They are desperate to reach higher ground.
It very much kind of reminded me of English teachers saying, "Let's put way too much analysis into this poem about why the curtain is blue, and it's just because blue was the thing that rhymed with something, and it didn't make any difference. It could have been any color." Oh, we've got a fair bit of food now, so probably worth upgrading a couple of these. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I say, it's the bits that everyone that I've seen talk about Evangelion make it out to be this amazing thing, and it may well be pretty damn cool in terms of like animation and all that.
More
But
black
from the
ants are
bits I've
emerging from the
picked up,
Fusca nest.
it just doesn't really interest me that much, if I'm honest. I mean, technically, Recreators had mechs in it, but that was not like the main thing. It just happened to be that some other characters had a mech. I lowered the music down in this the other day and forget to put it back up.
More soldiers are emerging from the Rufa nest. The ants will fight to the death.
Yeah, the big problem that I found, especially lately, is actually just having enough time to sit and watch an entire series of anime. And if it 3 months ago, been fine. That's what I did on my evenings. I'd be like, okay, this has come out. I tend to wait until like all 12 series, all 12 or 24 or however many are out for a series or season before I actually start watching, because then I can binge it. If I like it after like 3 episodes, I can just continue, rather than going, ah shit, I'm on episode 5 and I've now got to wait for a week to find out what happens, which I don't want to do. It's too much
Night
effort to
falls,
remember that.
and a temporary truce emerges between the warring colonies. Once again, the high ground wood ants must make a choice. Do they defend the aphids, or will they hide, resting their forces until the morning?
Yeah, now that I finished work at like 5 o'clock. I have to eat and exercise. And then stream. I mean, I've only, the past couple of days, because I want to draw more, I've started doing, the start of the streams, I'll do like a 30-minute sketching bit of the stream. Just so I can actually know. Still be streaming, you know, not mess up my timing, but I'm also doing the art that I want to keep doing and do more of. And at some point, you know, I'll possibly just start doing full-on art streams where it's like 2 hours of it or something. Maybe once a week, but that's future plans. I'm not that far into streaming to start worrying about that yet. Ooh, we are full on food, so let's upgrades in. I used to, well, it wasn't so much anime watch-alongs, but I used to, I know that at one point Sheepa was like basically watching 1 or 2 films a night in his Discord. But that was before I started, like, really streaming and having my evenings taken up. So I'd probably get to watch, like, 1 and then have to stop, not watch the second one. Which wasn't fun. I liked actually just sitting and watching stuff. And I know there's the whole thing of like doing watch-alongs on stream if you've got Amazon Prime and all that, but I don't want to risk all that messing around with copyright and everything. I don't know how... Even though technically Amazon owns both and they know that I'm paying them for the privilege, I don't trust them to not copyright strike the videos. Well, I think he hasn't actually done any of the... At least not, I've not noticed any. He's not done them for about... Sort of, only a month and a half, really. The last one was definitely like a month ago. Which is a shame, because they were fun. Yeah, my streaming plans... I've not been doing it for long enough to have massive ideas of what I want to do. My current goal is trying to get stuff up onto
There's not
YouTube.
Enough food to feed the new brood.
Which is just taking time to get stuff sort of like uploaded up to YouTube, renaming everything. I've got like 47 odd videos to go through. To sort of like rename, do descriptions of, put in playlists and all that. And I've got to say, I'm not that used to the content side of YouTube, like the creation side of things. So it's taken me a while to get through it. Let's put it that way. Like I've never really had to deal with tags much. The ones I have on this are extremely basic. I am VTuber. I am furry. I am transgender, I am asexual, LGBT, and all that usual stuff. Yeah, I had noticed a couple of times when I've been in that was the like one person that would that would be on there that was coming from YouTube that would come over on the Restream bot. But that is one problem about being affiliate. You're not allowed to do that. Can't do the multi-streams, but to be honest, I don't even know if anyone's going to actually want to look at the VODs on YouTube. To be honest, it's more just there so I can keep a record of it all, really. If I'm still doing this in 2 years' time and I ever think to myself, oh, I'm crap, I'm rubbish, I'll be able to look back at one of the first ones I did and go, okay, I'm not that shit anymore. That's one of the main reasons I'm keeping track of them. Yeah, I mean, the affiliate thing...
Dawn breaks, and the battle for the high ground will soon continue.
The main reason that I wanted
the high ground colony defended their aphid flocks well,
was the
succeeding in
points.
securing vital food supplies to see them through the oncoming onslaught.
Is the channel points are the main thing that I wanted it for. I mean, the emotes are also fine. Granted, my emotes are currently terrible because I drew them in an afternoon. But I've drawn worse in the past. Yeah, I can safely say that when your viewership is fairly low, the amount of money you get
More
is
black ants are emerging from
nothing.
the Fusca nest.
I got more money from a single sub from Sheepa than I have in all of the other ad revenue combined of the past 2 weeks I've been affiliate. But I'm quite happy for people to use ad blockers if they work. Yeah, if anything, it's going to take at least sort of 2 or 3 years to get to a point where it would be feasible to actually make a living off this. And that's at an extremely generous estimate. Unless things really took off, then it's just not going to happen. And I'm fine with that. I'm at the moment just enjoying actually doing it, having something to focus on.
More soldiers are emerging from the Rufa nest.
What the world was that noise? Hello, that was a very confusing noise. That was not my phone going off. Well, if it was my phone going off, that was a really weird note. Oh, okay. It wasn't a text message, it was a reminder, okay. Hello, Chassis. Yes, Automod. Sex-based terms. Juicy nuts.
The ants must fight.
Yeah, I've actually forgot where are we fighting? Oh, we're fighting over there. Hello, Jazzy, you absolute gorgeous prince, you. Get the Jazzy Wazzy Woo.
Both lower ground colonies are now sending out armies at the same time.
I'm gonna put everyone in here. Concentrate the forces. Yeah, we might lose some aphids, but that's fine. This is about where we screwed up yesterday and we just did not have enough of a fighting force to... Not... Did I say yesterday? Last time, whenever it was last time we did it. I think it was 2 days ago. No, Sunday. We end up getting overwhelmed near the end.
Black ants and wood ants are heading from their nests to the high ground.
Okay, this was where it happened last time. This is where we ran out of fighting force. But yeah, Sento, it would be nice at some point, even if it's just like enough money off this that I could like lower my hours down with my job. Because I do not like my main job. But I don't think most people do. So it's very much one of those, wouldn't it be lovely if thoughts that I could just like make my money and make my living off, you know, playing games and drawing weird shit for people who I have, you know, in my chat who are friends. It would be lovely. But, like I say, if that happens, it's going to be like 2 or 3 years down the line. For now, I will sit here.
Night falls, and a temporary truce emerges between the warring colonies.
I'll sit
Once
here
again,
with a
the
jazzy...
high-ground wood ants must make a choice. Do they defend the aphids, or will they hide, resting their forces until the morning?
Shush, Mauler. I'm trying to talk to chat. Oh yeah, winning the lottery would be lovely. That would definitely be the easy way out. It's like I wouldn't even need to worry about affiliate stuff. Then I'd be like, okay, yep, I don't care if anyone subs to me. Just come and chill. It's all good. But yeah, I'm just enjoying the whole fact that I have something that I can sort of focus attention on and not just completely go brain dead over. With the past, was it 3 years being what it was, my attention span just completely vanished. So I would be watching like playing a game, watching one thing, listening to music, and then swapping between what I was watching constantly, just in an effort to keep my brain working, which was not a good thing to do. One of the main reasons I wanted to start streaming was so that I had something that I had to focus on. Because obviously if I'm doing this, I have to just be playing the game. I can't be playing the game and also watching something and listening to something else in the background and having a nap and pausing here and there whenever I feel like it because I'm bored. I can't do that. So this is making me, it's forcing me to actually, you know, stay engaged and keep my brain working. Which is a wonderful thing to have. Working brain would be lovely. Seriously, Automod? Seriously? You're gonna not let the word kiss him through because it's a sex-based term? Are you fucking serious, Automod? That is just a little bit on the silly side, Automod. That is. If I'm going to be quite honest with you, that's a little bit silly. Murder. Right, let's shift the number one group a bit forward, because that's a lot of food that's just sitting there not being dealt with. To be fair, so is that.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Go on in, murderer. There we go. Let's just go in and kill a bunch of these things quickly.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
And then quickly go back. We still have aphids left. We're good.
Last night's high tide was dangerously close to the low ground nests. Today is their last chance to relocate. The ants must prepare for their final battle. Many aphids were eaten in the night. Food will be scarce.
No, it really won't. Look at all this food that's right here. There's plenty of food. Want to get a couple more of these upgraded, I think.
A large black ant force has been sent from the Fusca nest.
Okay, everyone back in. Oh, and there's going to be an ad starting soon. So let's pause it while the ad's going on. That way you don't miss the wonderful point where I either die horribly or win really, really well. Meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow. Also, drinky drink. Well, it says ad starting soon. It might not be there yet, but you know, I can never tell. It gives you a countdown and it says, "Oh, it's going to start soon." It's like, no, give me a countdown and then start the ad. What's the point of a countdown? There we go. Now it's running. Well, it says, ad in progress, 1 minute and 10 seconds left. The worst part about being affiliate. Now, what you have to do is give me your Prime sub just to prove to the ads that they have no power over you, even if they tried. And there's a thing I have to get used to. Shilling myself. Because I'm not used to doing that. But hey, you can get access to some really, really weird emotes. And that's about it. And some channel points and me and that's about it really. I don't know.
The ants must defend themselves.
They must defend themselves. Oh my god, they're stealing my food! How dare they? I was actually expecting like an actual fighting force, and no, they're just stealing my food. How fucking dare they?
More wood ants are heading toward the high ground colony.
Nah, save it for someone else, Jazzy. I actually have a job, so I don't need primes. I don't need subs or anything like that.
Both lower ground colonies are now sending out armies at the same time. The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
Oh no. In that case, let's send the workers to continue actually getting food then. Yeah, there are people out there that need subs a bit more than I do, so yeah, save the primes for them for now. You know, this is just me having a silly little hobby, playing ant games and drawing weird shit and pretending that I know how to draw a lemur when it definitely was not looking like a lemur. It looked like a
The day is almost over.
slightly
The low
wonky
ground is
raccoon.
already starting to flood. The lower ground nests are emptying completely, and the ants are rushing up the bank.
Hey, the
This
queens are
is their
here.
final assault.
Yeah, please just ignore the food for now, and then just go and beat up the queens. As long as the queens are gone, we win. Yay, we win. The lower lands are flooded. And we have killed the two enemy queens because they were foolish and thought they could beat the butt squirters. We have survived the days.
The wood ants upon the hill have finally defeated their would-be successors.
Look at this
Tomorrow
beautiful
their
bitch.
empire will expand to the undefended intertidal flats below, commanding both the aphid farms and the bounty of the sea. This colony will rise to become an undeniable power in the undergrowth.
Yay, the Formica Rufa have won. Give me the extra royal jelly. And just squeeze the royal jelly out of Jazzy. I mean, what?
How is the colony progressing?
The Queen is exhibiting interesting new behaviors. I believe the colony is beginning to adapt.
Yes, Scientist 2, you absolute madman. Ah, damn, I need 150 to be able to evolve them. Damn. That is a shame. I'm short slightly. But I think we're probably still going to go for the second challenge anyway.
The colony seems to have made significant progress. Perhaps it is time we began phase 2 of the trial.
Agreed. I will prepare the feeder colonies.
I just love that this absolute
Let's tease
mad
them with
scientist
the
man
familiar
has just got
disturbance. Introduce
ant colonies.
20 Formica fusca ants.
The
He's
Fusca
got
colony is
ant
a-
colonies there
and the ants are
just
on
to
their
feed
way.
to us. Wait, did we actually get any, we can't upgrade those, can't upgrade, okay, never mind. And all the food stores already upgraded. Nah, that's a shame.
I see they haven't lost their potency. Now let's try the Formica rufa ants.
The Rufa will be more aggressive.
Look at this beautiful
Our
girl.
raptors will need to put up a strong defense. Adding 20 Rufa
A
ants.
beautiful emerald gene thief queen. Also, that's not a good idea. We are actually not in the right place to protect because for the other side. I forgot to move them. Oh yeah, it's been getting a few. I mean, it recently. I mean, it's the reason. One of the reasons I actually started playing it again was because they've added in Fire Ant Queen as sort of later levels.
Once again, our raptors have neutralized the threat to their queen.
Good. Continue the experiment as before, but don't push the colony too hard.
Of course not. That would be irresponsible.
Yeah, before we got the black ants and the wood ants. leafcutter ants were there, but
Introducing
the entire
floating
fire
roof
ant
ants.
stuff was not there when I last played. So I had completed up to the end point before. But I figured if I was going to start from scratch, I'll do it on stream and have some fun, introduce people to a new game. Because this is one of those games that's fun to play. It introduces people to, you know, cool little ants, because ants are pretty damn cool. And it's a good, for the price, it's a good game, and the devs are still adding stuff to it. I think it's still like 20, 25 quid
Excellent defense.
for a pretty decent sort of RTS game based around ants that has some pretty good mechanics. Like each of the levels you play, they do kind of
Increasing to
tweak things a
50
bit so
roofer
that it's
ants.
more. It's not just the same thing over and over again. They add in like little, you know, interesting scenarios like that last one where it's we have to survive for 4 days because the ants on the lower levels are going to get flooded and they want to escape and we're in their way. So we have to defend. We also have, you know, the aphids to take food from, which is a thing that I don't think is in any of the other levels. Yeah, and obviously the leafcutter ants, the whole thing is you have to, you know, go and harvest the leaves to grow the fungi to eat that, and
Would it be unfair to help the colony out? Perhaps. But I'm feeling generous. Collect your seeds swiftly, my little ants.
I don't trust you, scientist 2. If anyone goes above ground, I feel like you're going to
Now,
squash
let's
us.
See how they handle the Rufa and the Fusca invaders. We will start with 30 of each.
We'd actually expand our... so let's see, what have we got? The red ones are down there, so the green ones are these. Not like we haven't got the food.
A wonderful victory on 2 fronts. Perhaps we should try 3 colonies.
What is
this
the...
time.
I dread to ask what the
Introducing
request
30
is,
of each.
Jazzy.
Rufa, Fusca, and Raptor ants.
You want a little smooth. I'm assuming you meant smooch. But I read it as smoother, so yes, you can have a smooth. I'll just smooth your hair back. Mwah. You can have a smooch, you silly Jazzy, you. You know, I have a feeling we might not be able to do this challenge if he's going to keep being like this, because this is a lot of stuff he's throwing at us. Yeah, we are going to horribly fail this. We really do need to have that a little bit of extra royal jelly to be able to get that
The
upgrade.
queen is in danger. Perhaps I should stop the experiment.
Oh, of course, Royal Guard. If only there were more Oh, there we go. It's suddenly lagging whilst it has to load everyone else in.
Good,
Uh,
good. A little little helping hand for what comes next. Collect it quickly. Faster, faster.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly need to go up and grab it because I actually need the food this time.
I wonder how long they will survive against a sustained flow from all 3 colonies. Let's see.
We're not gonna do well against 3 colonies. That's what I can tell you.
You are doing well, my intrepid Ereptors, but what's this? A giant tiger beetle has joined the fray. And another, and another. Oh no, 3 tiger beetles.
I hate you scientists too, I really do. Yeah, I feel like that if we don't survive this, it's going to be because we don't have access to the 3rd colony of our own yet. They have the... yeah. They've got the wood ants because we can see them shooting at us, but we don't have access because we didn't have the jelly to evolve them. So we might survive by the skin of our teeth. But I highly doubt it because the bottleneck doesn't work when they've got ranged attacks. Yeah, we're gonna... Unless the Queen's ability is regenerated, which I don't think so.
Danger. Perhaps I should stop the experiment.
Nope, there she goes.
What is going on? What happened to the Queen?
The ants fell victim to the Rufus formic acid spray far too quickly. We should start again with a healthier colony.
Very well. Purge the Formicarium.
Yeah, we need those ranged attackers. We really do. Means we need to do another of the other ones again. That on medium would give us 16. 25 on insane. That would give us 16. That would give us 22. Don't really want to do the same one again twice, if I'm honest. Yeah, that would only give us 22 as well. Now, even that I don't think would be enough. We need 150, so we need 27. So we'd need to be able to manage to do one of the other ones on Insane. I'll catch you later, Jazzy. First, looking at what time it is, I should probably stop as well. I've been going for 2 hours. And also, I can kind of like work on getting the other bit of stuff to move on in this challenge offline, so that we don't have to sort of get bored watching the same thing over and over again on stream. Yeah, let's see who's online. I see a Ginger online. Yeah, I'll send people Ginger's way. He needs some more views. We're trying to get him up to the point where he can get affiliate as well. Just so he can have the bragging rights as well. So, as always, thank you for watching. For the lurkers, thanks Sentai and Jazzy for popping in. It was a fun little stream with a bit of art and then some ants. We'll be back tomorrow. Well, again, technically later on today because it's just after midnight. For some more little sketchy bits and some more Cosmeteer, I think. So I'll begin clicking the raid button just so that can start prepping itself. Just so that I don't look like a fool. You know, saying goodbye and then having to wait for 10 seconds for the raid. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. It's been good and fun as always. So I will see you next time, which is later on today. Or tomorrow, or depending where you are. So have fun and enjoy Ginger's stream. He's playing some Metro Exodus. And he's stuck in the back room still. So thank you for watching and bye-bye.